Hello students, today we will study rotor spinning and before this we have already studied the principle of open end spinning, in which I have told you that open end spinning is basically conversion of fiber material sliver to the individual fibers, and then an open yarn end is introduced, and which is revolving at very high speed, and then fibers are attaching to this open end of the yarn. On this principle, there are various open end spinning systems available. First is rotor spinning, then electrostatic spinning, then air vortex spinning, friction spinning, and disc spinning. So we have already studied electrostatic spinning, air vortex, friction, and disc. Today we will study rotor spinning. So this diagram shows you the passage of the material through rotor spinning. This rotor spinning machine is very popular in the industry, and this is very much economical also. So what are the features of this machine? We will study what is the passage of the machine and what are the parts of the machine, that we will study. And in this machine, the feeding material is card or diaphragm sliver. So we are feeding card or diaphragm sliver. So it is shown with the green color from the right hand side. We are feeding the sliver, and then this sliver is passing through feed plate, so, and feed roller. So there can be different kinds of feeding arrangements. The feed plate may be below also, and feed roller may be above also. So various manufacturers are using different principle, but main aim is to feed the sliver to the opening roller. So this sliver is fed, and then this material is fed to opening roller. Opening roller is covered with the metallic clothing. It may be sawtooth clothing. Okay, so this opening roller ensures that the sliver is converted to the single fiber. So fibers are opened and individualized up to a level of single fiber. At the same time, the cleaning also takes place, and due to centrifugal force, the trash ejection also takes place. So there is an arrangement to collect the trash and all the impurities, the remaining impurities, although the most of the impurities have been removed in blow room and card, but still if there are any impurities left, leaf particles, trash, so they will be thrown as shown in this diagram. Then the opened fibers are going in the fiber transport channel. Here also the fibers are centrifugal force of rotor and movement of the and vacuum in the rotor causes the fibers to disengage from the opening roller. So we are feeding sliver, then opening roller is opening the material up to a single fiber stage, and then how these fibers will be going to fiber transport channel because of centrifugal force and because there is a vacuum in the rotor. So that's why the fibers will be stripped off from the opening roller and they will be traveling in the fiber transport channel. As you can see that the diameter of the fiber transport channel is reducing gradually. So this causes an increase in the speed of the fibers. Then these fibers are reaching the wall of the rotor. So you can see that rotor is having a very particular shape. The walls are conical, and these fibers are traveling along the walls of the rotor to the groove. So fibers are depositing in the groove, and this rotor is revolving at a very high speed. You can say at 80,000 rpm, maybe 1 lakh rpm, 1 lakh 20,000 rpm. It is revolving at such a high speed. At that time, an open yarn end is introduced. So due to revolution of the yarn, it is taking the material from the groove and going to the towards take-up rollers. And after that, there is an winding arrangement also. So the material is wound on a cross wound package. So we can say that what are the different zones of passage of material. Number one is sliver feeding. Card or draw frame sliver may be fed. So there is an arrangement of feed table and feed roller which ensures the uniform feeding of the material. Then opening of the sliver is there. Centrifugal force and vacuum in the rotor causes fibers to disengage from the opening roller. So from the opening roller, the fibers are going to the transport tube, and transport of fibers takes place. From transport tube, they are going along the walls of the rotor. So collection of fibers in rotor groove, how it is taking place? Centrifugal force of the rotor and the movement of the fibers to move on the conical wall of the rotor. So a ring of the fiber is formed in the groove of the rotor. So fibers are traveling from the wall of the rotor and they are depositing in the groove, and a fiber ring is formed. At the same time, a open yarn end is introduced, and yarn end rotates around itself and twists in fibers deposited in the yarn groove. So yarn is taken up. At the same time, the fibers are coming in the groove. At the same time, the open yarn end is taking the fibers deposited in the grooves. So this becomes a continuous process, and yarn is taken by the take-up rollers, and then there are suitable winding arrangements so that a cross wound package can be formed. So this kind of arrangement is there in the rotor spinning, and these kind of machines are very popular in the industry, and they are generally used for the production of the coarse yarns. And specialty of this yarn is that we can use cumberland oil and waste material in this rotor spinning, and we can make a yarn which is generally used in the denim industry also. These days, for production of denim, rotor spun yarn is used because that is very much economical, cost is less. So we can process, although as per the different manufacturers allow these machines to be used, and we can use up to fibers up to 60 mm, and we can prepare coarse count because in coarse count it is economical, and draft can be applied 40 to 400, and generally rotor speed can be kept from 35,000 to 1,60,000. Opening roller speed is generally 6,000 to 10,000 rpm. Delivery speed can be from 250 meters per minute to 350 meters per minute. We can prepare a package of 6 kg weight also. We can prepare package up to 6 kg weight. So this machine comes in sections of 20 or 24 rotors. So depending upon requirement, we can have the required length of the machines and maximum number of rotors. Various companies are giving up to 500. So there are robots also traveling pieces which travel around the machine, and whenever there is a breakage, they are rectifying the fault and piecing and doing all the things. So that's why this machine has become popular, because it allows shortcut process that we can use carded rough sliver and we are getting a cross wound package. So that's why there is a saving of the cost, and labor requirement is also less, and most importantly that we can use waste in this production of the yarn. Generally, comber oil and all these other wastes are used. Bonda or other wastes can also be used for this production of the rotor spun yarn. So with this, we finish this lecture, and we will continue our discussions regarding rotor spinning in the next lectures.